Now for your creative tips. Light and shadows. Light and shadows define objects in art. Values are the different shades of gray between black and white. Artists use these values to translate the light and shadows they see into shading, thus creating the illusion of a third dimension. Before you can successfully create light and shadows correctly, you need to be able to visually identify the light source, shadows, and cast shadows. The light source is the direction which a dominant light originates. The placement of this light source affects every aspect of your piece. The shadows are the areas on an object that receive little or no light, and the cast shadows are the dark areas on an adjacent surface where the light is blocked by an object. Remember, the source of light tells you where to draw all the light, values, and shadows. Look for the lightest areas. The lightest of the light are called highlights. Then identify where the shadows are. By locating the shadows, you can usually identify the light source. Also, the cast shadows will show which direction the light source originates from. High contrast in a drawing or painting can make your piece appear more third-dimensional. For a more powerful, strong, and dynamic drawing, you can draw very dark shading right next to the light area. Your piece will appear flat when you use too little contrast in values. Almost everything has more than one value, depending on the light source. Most things have some areas that are very light and others that are quite dark. So here's a simple key to seeing values. Simply squint your eyes. Squinting helps you screen out the details and see simple values and shapes. Now that you see them, you can create a black and white image. Yet in life there is color, and one must discover the values and shades of each and every color to truly capture the colorful world around you. Some more expressive artworks will employ a variety of values within the work to express the idea of light and shadow moving across a form. They create emotion and direct the eye to a focal point. Darker areas have more visual weight than the lighter values, and the eye will always be pulled to those areas with darker values. So when considering your piece, the space, and the subject, remember to think about light. What mood are you wanting to create, and how are you moving the viewer's eye? Set up a few paper bags on a table, then shine a lamplight on them. This is a great study that provides a simple form to draw that helps develop your shading skills. Sketch in black and white an egg or a ball. Remember, starting with simple shapes builds confident skills and well-developed technique. That is all for this week. Tune in next week for another intriguing interview, more events, and some great creative tips. Thanks for listening to Art on Air. This is Daisy Devine, reminding you that art makes you smart.